Welcome to Stems and Success, a new series from Oasis that's focused on helping your floral business thrive. My name is Kelsey Thompson, AIFD, and I've owned a retail shop for 15 years, and I've learned a lot of lessons along the way. And I'm so excited to be part of this space for all of us in the industry to learn and grow together. Each month, we're going to be back here focusing on a new topic or product through the lens of profit boosting strategies. And this month, we're deep diving into floral subscriptions. Along the way, I'll share design and mechanics tips that have been real-time savers for me at my shop. And maybe you've tried subscription models in the past and you've had meh results, or maybe you're rocking a subscription program and you're ready to expand, or maybe you've been on the fence about them and you're ready to give it a shot. Today, I'll be sharing 4 different subscription models with you, along with some sales and marketing tips. And my hope is that you're inspired or intrigued and then can walk away with a new idea for your business. There are endless ways to spin subscriptions. These are just 4 models that are easy to implement and replicate. Let's kick things off with my favorite type of model, which is a single variety subscription. Now with this model, you feature a different variety and only that variety with each delivery or pickup. And a really fun way to sell this is a Flower of the Month club, or you could do a monthly floral punch card for your customers. This model has a high profit margin and low labor costs. Just order in by the bunch or by the box and then quickly design. This makes ordering really easy for you, and if you sell enough Flower of the Month memberships, you can then negotiate box pricing with your wholesaler, which is a win. Now with this model, I like to offer 3 different price points. For example, the smallest might be 10 stems or a single bunch. The medium could be 15 to 20 stems, like shown here, and then the large could be even more stems, or you could add greens and filler. The key is to feature a monobotanical design in a simple container like this Haven vase. You can make this even more sustainable by giving your subscribers a free vase when they sign up, and then every month they get a loose stem bunch or a hand-tied bouquet they can drop in at home. The wide body and the small neck of the Haven vase make it really easy for customers or even your newer designers to use, which is great. So here's a tip to make this model even more profitable. Plan your flower varieties for the entire year, and I want you to focus on seasonal availability and pricing. So showcase tulips in the spring, roses in the summer when they're a little more cost effective, maybe mini callas in the fall. You get the idea. Mix your months up with some cost effective blooms like carnations or alstroemeria, balancing out a few months of more premium flowers along the way. The key is to average out your cost across the year to maintain a consistent pricing that's really easy for customers to commit to. So let's talk mechanics quick. You may have noticed that I have an armature in this vase here of this alstroemeria. It's supporting my stems. And a reusable armature is a great way to help your customers design at home. I'm going to show you how I did this. So this armature is simply half a roll of the Oasis 12 gauge wire, the aluminum wire. I cut it in half, so I got my half a roll here. And I took the 2 ends, twisted around the center binding point, and just made a stem out of it. So I've got this little, kind of like a little balloon here. And now I've got all these loops to work with. So then I just simply pull the loops out. And this is a really great way to create an armature for the top of a vase, like I've got shown here. Or you can cut the stem off and drop it into a wide bowl, or if a customer brings in like great grandma's casserole dish or something and you have to design in that, or a punch bowl, this makes a really unique and fun armature that your customers can enjoy and then keep. I like to do this at Christmas time with red wire. It makes kind of a fun poinsettia. You see I can kind of like pull the loop out tight and pinch the end and then reopen, and I get a really pretty kind of a poinsettia or a flower or a lotus here. So I challenge you to kind of think about how you could use this armature, whether it's for subscriptions or everyday design. And I thought that you might like to see a little wire armature. The second subscription type I want to share with you today is a mixed florals model. This is very similar to the single variety model, just add more flowers. But this model is a designer's choice bouquet at a set value at a set time. And yes, it is important to clarify to customers that your team gets to pick the flowers and the colors. This could be monthly, bi-monthly, or a quarterly option that celebrates the changing of the seasons. This is a great way to use up cooler stock. So one of my personal pet peeves is when there's like one variety or one color floating around in the cooler in a random bucket. I always strive for no flowers left behind, but it happens. So using a vase like the Haven and featuring some seasonal blooms or a pretty palette is a great way to fill those monthly subscription orders and clean the only lonely stems from your cooler. You could also be super smart and plan ahead and order in pre-wrapped or pre-made bouquets from your wholesalers or growers, and then just chop and drop those and send that bouquet out the door. If the recipient has a vase at home, you can even just deliver that. Just be sure to send out those wrap bouquets with your shop's paper or care card so it feels more on brand. Now at my shop, we try to make sure that every subscription goes out the door with some Floral Life food packets and a care card. Whether it's a gift or just great customer treating themselves, we want to educate them and help them get the most out of their flowers. So we've got a care card like this. We know that well-informed customers are happy customers, and I'm sharing our Canva template for this simple card with you. Just follow the link below to grab that template and use it for everyday deliveries or for your very own subscription program. Before we get into the third and fourth models, let's talk about why the heck we would want to implement subscriptions in our floral business in the first place. I made a few little points here. As you can see on the screen, there's a lot of great reasons. Predictable cash flow being the first. We want to receive payment upfront or lock in dependable monthly income. Reduced waste is always a win. You can plan your purchasing, you can get quantity or pre-book pricing with subscriptions. Consistent staffing, of course. We want to schedule our team more effectively, and you can do that with set fulfillment days. Customer retention is always a goal. This gives us the opportunity to create ongoing relationships instead of just those one-time transactions. Of course, higher annual spend. It's been shown that subscription customers usually spend 3 to 4 times more annually. And of course, marketing opportunities. Each bouquet opens a door to new customers. Subscriptions are not only good for business right now, they're also good marketing opportunities. And we're going to talk more about marketing at the end of the video. Let's take just a minute to stretch our design muscles again. I want to show you another easy mechanic. And this one uses the Oasis rustic wire. It comes in 3 different colors. I use them all. I've got them all stocked at my shop. And you just take a little piece. I cut off a piece here. It's probably 3 foot in length. And you're going to essentially make a bow out of this. But I don't make a traditional bow where I twist and loop. I simply hold it in my hand to make a figure 8. So I'm going to open up my piece of rustic wire, hold it in my left hand because I'm right-handed. And I'm simply going to go back and forth and stack it in my hand, making a figure 8. Now I like to get smaller as I get towards the middle, which gives me kind of a nice fluffy shape. You can keep them all the same if you'd like. Whatever works best for you and the vessel that you're going to use this with. I use this in a similar way that I did with the loops of wire that we made. This also is a really great way to top a corsage or a hairband. You can see I've got this nice little figure 8 bow here, and I could just bind it in the center. And now I have this really awesome little mechanic or armature that I can use in any way, shape, or form. I like to use these. I do them small and tight for hand-tied bouquets, for bridesmaids, or just to drop in a vase, because I can insert my stems really easily, and it's supportive yet flexible. So I think you'll have fun with this one. Let's move into our next subscription model. The third model I want to talk about today is a customized model. And this is a great option for customers that are looking for a really unique gift. It's a win for them because they can choose set dates like holidays or birthdays or anniversaries, and they feel really good about not forgetting a special occasion. It's also a win for you because now you've got several advance orders and locked in sales. Now you don't have to offer a bonus or a discount, but if a customer is booking several orders and prepaying, at my shop at least we'll often give them a small discount, maybe a free delivery or 2, or we'll do a free bonus bouquet to share with a friend, yay referrals, on their 12th and last delivery. I like to really advertise this model hard in December when my customers are thinking about the year ahead and maybe looking for a holiday gift for partners or parents or grandparents. We sell a lot of these for the nursing homes. We also suggest it to phone customers on Valentine's Day and Mother's Day. And when we sell this type of subscription, they're generally at a higher price point so that we can make sure that we treat the customers and the recipient like gold. We always ask about the recipient's preferred colors or flower types, if they have any allergies, what their style is, and you really get to know them personally. To keep things easy, we'll often use the vase exchange method, where we pick up the previous month's vase when we deliver the new bouquet. This way the customer isn't spending as much money on containers every month, and we can use a nicer vessel like the Haven vase. We love this vase at our shop because it's got clean lines, and it's super fast and easy to design in, and the heavy vase prevents tipping in our delivery system as well. My customers really love it because they find it really easy to design in as well. Here's a tip if you sold a custom subscription. Call the gift-giving customer a few days before the delivery to remind them of the occasion, and then confirm the delivery details in the card. This makes you feel like the hero because you're reminding them like, hey, call your mom this week for her birthday, and it can often lead to add-on sales because it's very natural at that point to ask if they'd like to add a bonus gift like a candle or plush or chocolates. Hey, we've made it to the fourth subscription model, and this one is a lot of fun. Let's talk about a vase refill program. Before I start, I want to give absolute kudos to the team at Kennedy's Flowers and Gifts in Grand Rapids, Michigan, because Holly and her crew shared this idea with me, and I think it's such a great way to get customers in your shop over and over again. I really appreciate that they were willing to let me share this idea, and I'm excited to share it with you. Okay, here's the details. You sell a design that is priced at a higher than retail price point, and then the purchase of that design includes free refills over a set period of time. So, for example, let's say that you sell a bouquet like this for Mother's Day. Now, this bouquet is roughly a $95 value as it is here, but maybe you sell it at $295, and with that vase refill program, the recipient can bring the vase back for free refills no more than once a week for the next month. So, your designers can then put whatever they want in it. Again, it's a great way to move those random cooler products out, and they have to come into the store to refill it. There's no delivery or that type of thing. The best thing about this model is that it creates regular return visits to your shop. It creates foot traffic. So program participants will shop around while they wait, maybe 10 minutes for their vase to refill, which is great for them to find what's new and find some impulse buys. Maybe you could even have special in-store values that only apply to refill customers, and that really encourages them to make more purchases and it helps them feel extra special. If you decide to try this method, remember that the upfront price of the initial design should mostly cover the refills. Not every customer, of course, will refill every week. That would totally be me. I would forget to come in. And of course, not every refill has to have the same value or even premium flowers. Personally, I would mix in some lower cost blooms or some longer lasting varieties with one or two showstoppers every single refill. I would also price it so that if they were to refill every week, there'd be a slight discount compared to them coming in once a week and purchasing separate bouquets. That's a really good value for them. Okay, let's talk about selling this program. Now, from a marketing perspective, this offers a huge perceived value to customers. Anytime you can use a word like free is great, and it's perfect to highlight the mental health and the monetary value of subscriptions. Now, let your customers kind of try them out in a short-term way. 6 weeks of refills or 8 weeks of refills is a lot less intimidating than committing to 6 months or a year. This would be perfect to sell at the change of a season or for a holiday as a gift that keeps on giving. Stay tuned, we're going to dive into more marketing tips in just a second. Okay, now that we've covered 4 different models, let's talk about the fun part, which is selling them. I'm going to share several ideas to promote these programs with you, and I want you to take those and explore those in your own business. Now, maybe you've tried subscriptions without luck in the past, and I challenge you to give them another go, but maybe tweak how you're presenting them or even what you're calling them. The terms that you use matter when you're promoting these types of programs. Honestly, the word subscription can sometimes feel like a commitment or a burden that makes customers hesitate. Customers are often watching their finances right now and looking to trim those subscriptions that they aren't using. There's even companies and apps that help them do just that. So if that word seems to be a little bit of a barrier to purchase, think about using an alternative name like one of these or incorporating your shop's name. That can be a lot of fun. Let's get creative, right? The key is to make this as easy and painless as possible for customers. So I recommend starting with an in-store or in-cooler display. At my shop, we often go with a permanent design like this that can be showcased next to some signage. This is just a simple sign that highlights your programs or several program options. It just grabs your customer's attention and it saves your staff some time from answering questions. I've got another template for something like this, a little menu card for your store. Go ahead and grab that at the link below. So speaking of staff, make sure that you're training your team to suggest subscriptions for the appropriate purchases is key here. If a spouse calls for a birthday, suggest a vase refill. If someone's sending flowers to a friend that's maybe going through a hard time or fighting cancer, maybe suggest a bouquet a month to keep their spirits up so then they can split amongst their friend group, that type of thing. The better your team is at asking the right questions, the better job they can do when it comes to service and suggestions and selling subscriptions. So don't be afraid to suggest a short-term subscription like that 3-month option or refill program to kind of get your customers' feet wet. You could even start with a punch card promo like buy 5, go 1 half price, or you could do a gift card for 4 bouquets at any point over the course of a year, something like as the changing of the seasons, and let them choose the exact date. Another great way to promote subscriptions is to partner with local businesses. Like how fun would it be to get a bottle of wine each month along with a small bouquet, or maybe like a sourdough loaf of the month with a bouquet, something like that. You could do a promotion with a local spa. Maybe there's a gift card that includes one service each quarter plus a seasonal bouquet to take home. I know that I for sure would love like a lavender facial and a lavender colored bouquet for Mother's Day. Hint, hint. Here's another idea. You could partner with a local radio station to give away a birthday bouquet each month. This will get you airtime to mention subscriptions or any other timely promotion and it's a great way to reach new customers. You could honestly do the same thing with a local bakery or ice cream shop. Do like a live drawing on social media once a month for birthdays. Speaking of social media, create some buzz around your subscription programs with pictures and videos. Every month or week or whenever you're filling subscriptions, make it exciting and take viewers behind the scenes with you. There's something to be said for FOMO, fear of missing out, and creating a sense of urgency. You could even limit the number of participants in programs like the vase refill. This limited quantity or time gets people to commit faster. Last but not least, when it comes to promotions, remember that your recipients are your next best customers. So when you're delivering a subscription gift, be sure to include some Floral Life flower food and some basic care tips to help them get the most life from their flowers. At my shop, every recipient gets a full-size greeting card. We kind of welcome them to the program, whatever it is. We explain the process to them, if they need to save the vase, how often we'll be delivering, that type of thing. This makes it a little more special. We'll also give them a small coupon or an online discount code either the start or the end of their subscription because we want those recipients to get to know our brand in the best light possible. And of course, we want them to come into our store in the future. I hope you were inspired by a few of these ideas and are raring to go implement them in your own floral business. I would love to hear how you do subscriptions. Drop me your ideas in the comments or let me know what other topics you'd like to see next. I'd also love to see what you create in the Haven vase. That wraps up our Stems and Success video for this month. See you next time for even more profit and design tips from Oasis.